Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to everybody joining us here on PitchIT. Apparently, I'm on the wrong side of the screen. I'm Ray Orsini, and boom, fixed just like that. I'm Ray Orsini. Joining me is, as always, the premier grand host, super fantastic evangelist for ConnectWise, in charge of the ConnectWise PitchIT event. Is that enough? Have I said enough words?
I mean, it's okay.
Chrysanthemum. Just throw in chrysanthemum. It's just to like, yeah. So Sean Lardo, thanks for joining us. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, you know what? I'm happy to be here. As I was mentioning earlier before we started, I just came back from like a 4-day type of a road trip vacation where I was in the mountains for like hours and hours with no signal, but lots of like nature. It was a great time.
Nice.
It sounds so much better than what I wanted to say. So yes.
Well, I heard a little bit of the green room chat. So yeah, that was definitely the PG. Everything streamed on YouTube. And while we're at it, everything here is streamed on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. And it's, if you have to leave in the middle of the workday, because it is a workday, you absolutely just come back. The whole thing's recorded to be available immediately on the same platforms right away. I see we have our chat going on already. I see stuff from...
That's so funny. Larry, you can't leave Keith alone. He doesn't know where he is.
Yeah, but at least we have Keith to take care of some of the young folks. Something like that.
Don't do it.
Which we call it. So we appreciate every one of you that is here. I can't say I disagree with Blaine. I mean, it is what it is. But nah, I won't bust your balls too much. But Sean, tell people why we're here, man. What are we doing this every week? Besides that we're crazy.
It's an easy question. First off, what it is we're here to talk about PitchIT and the contestants. And you're gonna say, what is the PitchIT program? And I'm gonna tell you, Ray.
What is the PitchIT program?
It's a great question, Ray. So PitchIT program, it is a ConnectWise sponsored Shark Tank like competition, 5 years in running now. What it is it's ConnectWise looking for the best of the innovators, of startup vendors that are able to be complementary to the ecosystem. Most importantly, support the MSP mission, right?
That's important.
Yeah, it's a pretty good idea, right? And what it boils down to, though, as I mentioned, it's a competition. So right now, these vendors, there's 26 that are in today in this competition that are trying to preparing themselves for the end of August to do live presentations on Matt Solomon's PitchIT channel program. And these live streams will decide the three finalists. That these three finalists win free booth space and the opportunity to present live at IT Nation Connect November 8th. And they are, when they go live on November 8th, they are competing for the grand prize of $70,000. Second place, $30,000. Third place, cups.
I mean, how did that get downgraded from knives? Knives sounded good if they're like Cutco knives, if they're like proper.
No, you were thinking more like dollar store knives, like, like, I mean,
fine.
We can put the knives in the cup with us. How about that? Like, then it's like a holder, like at a restaurant, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think that's. I think.
Are you saying you steal knives from restaurants? Is that where you're going with this?
Well, I mean, if it does it for the greater good of the PitchIT contestants, I'm here for them. I will steal a knife for them. Yes.
Oh, you're such a good guy. So talk to me about the PitchIT contestants. Last year you had 17. This
18.
year you have 18. This year you have 20. Oh yeah, to make it legal. This year you have 27. Why? Last year was chaotic. Why would you do this?
I feel like this is where I come up with like crazy Larry slashing prices on TVs everywhere. Right now, so the reality is this: we did 18 last year. And there was still more room for growth for everybody across the board for what ConnectWise needs, what the MSPs need, but also these vendors that are startups. It keeps the competition running. It also started to expand more so internationally as well. So now we have representing 6 different countries this year. So the goal for us would be over the years to start to add in different regions of the globe. Maybe have their own individual competitions.
You're saying 6 different countries. The United States is one country.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Florida still counts as part of the United States.
Oh, sorry. Then there's only one country, Florida.
Okay, so we've had U.S., Canada, Australia, New Zealand. What are we
Israel.
missing? Oh, we had Israel. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay, so that's
yeah,
4. What are the other 2?
New Zealand, Australia, Israel, U.S., Canada, UK.
Damn, that's
Right.
impressive.
There's that mic drop. Bang.
There
And I
we
didn't even
go.
use Canada. I didn't even use Florida. So I mean,
You didn't even use Florida, which would
I
have
feel
been
like
fine by itself. I mean, there's nothing
Florida
wrong with Florida.
that would have been 4 countries in itself. What are you kidding? I stand corrected. It's now 10 countries. So
Look at this. It slices, it dices, it can julienne. Absolutely. I wonder who remembers those slap chop commercials or like any of those, because you don't see them anymore, right?
well, there's infomercials still on. They're just like it's different. When we were younger, it was on at a set time we would go, right? Like because we knew that at midnight TV turned off. So there
Right.
was right before that was the 80s love ballad music records you could buy, right? Whatever those ones were. And then there was the early morning infomercial on Saturday and Sunday that was right after the cartoons. And that's when you would get the slice and dice. So take your pick.
We have a very poignant question from the ever poignant. I'll just reuse the same word. I'm tired.
You're doing
So
well. 22,
thanks. I tried.
22,
You're
22.
22 years old?
Hello.
Ish? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I am I'm older than Ray. I am 47. Make it
He
easy.
is significantly older than me. We don't have to get into the numbers and how the math works, but he is significantly older than me.
Like 4 days and 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's very close along those lines. But apparently Dean says I'm only 39.
Yeah, perfect. So you'd ask, the reason why we're adding more is because the reality is
Yeah.
there's so much more for it. The vendors are looking. We've expanded so far across the globe. We're going to eventually, hopefully, start growing out into those regions and have individual oversee international competitions with this. But also, the MSPs deserve the ability to see all the vendors that are coming out as quick as possible,
Sure.
and to be able to get some sort of intimate knowledge of them before. It sucks if the first time you ever see a vendor is at a show when you are doing 25 things. It doesn't
Yeah.
really lead to a very good conversation and a strong relationship of any sort because you see them for 30 seconds and you're like, hey, good seeing you. You got some cool swag. I'll see you later. It's like, okay, well, I'll buy you drinks at the bar later. And that doesn't end up well sometimes because they forgot to even talk to you sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, discoverability, it's one of those things where it's like, it's really hard to track everything, right? Like, it's really hard to know all the new vendors coming out and much less how they affect you. And something we've seen, I'll give Matt Solomon a shout out here with the channel program. Something we've seen is sometimes MSPs want to learn about the vendor without the sales pitch, without going through the sales funnel, but they're very interested in what's coming to the channel so they can make smart decisions for their business.
Yep.
Have you had any of that feedback?
So yeah, so here's the number one challenge that we have, and Matt's done well. Number one challenge for all these guys, and this is why we work with people like you all now at this point, is not just discoverability, but an ability to give some information on their back end, the background of them, start to learn who they are. Because again, people don't buy just because they're like, oh, that's a cool product. No, they buy because they start to get to know the people as well, or at least have some sort of level of trust, intimate knowledge of them. They know they're from Albuquerque, right? Or they know what they know they did. The reason why I would say the biggest question most people ask is, why did you start this business? Because that kind of answers you get their motive, and you get that they're at least they're the amount of knowledge they have around what they're doing, which most of them are MSPs.
So I have a why question for you, actually. Was it on purpose scheduling DataStream and Grokstream for Streamapalooza today? Was that on purpose, or was that,
It wasn't. I don't know. First off, hey, hold up. You guys are responsible for the scheduling of these ones, not me.
First of all, do not hold me responsible for anything. I'm not
your people scheduled this, but it's perfect. I figured you guys intentionally did it because it's a streaming action.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
You gotta be careful not to cross it. Don't cross the streams. I heard that a long time ago.
Don't cross the streams, except when they do cross the streams, which makes no damn sense. So I think that's a perfect time to bring up, speaking of no sense, I think that's a great time to bring up our friend Larry. Actually, Sean, you're supposed to introduce these people.
I thought I was, but
I'm shutting up. Go ahead, man.
Whew, that's a first. So without further ado, let's bring on the oldest man in the channel. I'm sorry, Larry, I can't do that.
Keith's
The,
gonna
the
get
most
slammed.
educated person in the channel, loved by all, wins PitchIT competitions on the regular, not PitchIT from us, but the fast pitches at every conference I go to. This guy he literally wins 80% of the ones I've ever seen him do. Just putting that out there for all the other PitchIT contestants. Let's bring on Larry Meador from DataStream.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey Larry, how you doing, man?
Easy on the oldest guy in the channel. Keith
I
is on, you know.
I stopped.
Right?
I stopped it, dude. I stopped it, and I said, you know, it's not right. I'll just go with something positive instead with you, which is
There you
you
go.
do most of the you pitch really well. I told you this a long time ago. I'm glad you're in the competition specifically because of that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I give it my best.
You do. You do.
So Larry, tell us about yourself. This is not so for those that are just joining, and Larry, this is your first time on PitchIT. What we're doing is we're doing 10 minutes per contestant to learn about you, your entry into the channel, a little bit about DataStream, answer quick Q&A from the chat. This is not your 30-second elevator pitch. We're going to do that at the end, and you're actually going to be competing against your co-opetitor from Grokstream at the end for bragging rights and no knives. So tell us a little bit about how you came into the channel, how you came into this. Give us your background, man.
Well, you know, my background actually started, believe it or not, in the retail channel. Back in the days, I was a national buyer at the now defunct Computer City superstores. And from there, I kind of wandered around into a couple of software companies and then found myself working with CNET Content Solutions, which was a division of the old CNET.com. For those of us that are a little on the older side, we may remember the whole .com boom and bust, and CNET was kind of at the head of that. So I was with CNET for about 17 years, kind of helping sell and run a platform called Channel Online, which is online e-commerce, quoting, procurement, proposal building, all of that good stuff. Great little tool, still exists out there, still got a bunch of friends over there. But from there, I jumped over to Greenlink Networks, which, Ray, I'm sure you're very familiar with
Very
Greenlink.
familiar.
You know, another one of the VoIP providers out there. Good friends with the guys. Yeah, absolutely. Great guys, Myron and Giovanni that run that company, and Yuri as well. Worked with them for a brief period of time. Then I got approached about this position here at DataStream, which brought me over to DataStream. So all told, I've kind of been in the channel now for right around 20 years. So yeah, I've got a little seniority here. Done lots of events, both virtual, both physical. You know, part of our channel Carney Circus, as I call us. You know, we kind of travel from city to city, set up our booth, and then we all go drink in a bar somewhere when it's all over with. And that's how I kind of met Sean and met you and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And for anybody that didn't get a chance, we did interview Larry at IT Nation Secure last June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
June.
I know we interviewed you at IT Nation Secure. It just feels like forever ago. So that interview is up there. But you know, this is DataStream. This is the website. How the most important question I think I could possibly ask: how does this help MSPs? Because that's all we really give a damn about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So DataStream, we are a cyber insurance only specialist broker. So that's all we do. If you're looking for workers' comp, CGL, business owner policy, we can't help you there. What we can help with is cyber insurance. And ideally, we're actually trying to help MSPs by helping be that resource for cyber insurance, because you know insurance is one of those highly regulated products. You need a license to be able to talk about it in depth. You need a license to be able to sell it. So we partner with MSPs and work with them to get their clients covered with cyber insurance, which really kind of helps them present a cyber resiliency strategy instead of just focusing on the pre-attack, which is cybersecurity tools and technologies. You're also now focusing on post-attack, because we all hear this. It's we hear it ad nauseum. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But if you're combining pre-attack with post-attack, you now have kind of a cyber resilient structure that you can put in place for your clients. And not only are you protecting your clients, but it's also protecting the MSP by reducing your liability, because the more clients you have covered, the better you are as the MSP. We also can help MSPs obtain cyber insurance as well as tech E&O. But that's really not what we focus on. We're really more focused on those SMB clients of all of our MSP and MSSP partners. So hopefully that kind of helps clear things up a little bit.
So yeah, I have a quick question for you then. So you're helping MSPs with the insurance aspect. As we know, there's the conversation around who's accountable for whatever happens between vendor, MSP, client. Are you also providing third-party insurance levels for this? So from vendor to MSP?
So that's a great question. And, one of the services that we offer here is we help do free policy reviews for people that say they've already got cyber insurance. And a lot of times what we see, Sean, is they've actually got a rider on their CGL or their business owner's policy. And unfortunately, that doesn't cover a whole lot. So what we offer are standalone cyber policies, which gives you first-party coverage as well as third-party coverage in many different elements.
Nice. Okay. We have, hey, Ray, there's Sarah's question. I think is a good question.
I agree. Sarah's asking, do the MSPs have to have insurance licensing? As you said, insurance is regulated and licensed. Do the MSPs have to have those licenses?
Sarah, Ray, great question. They do not have to have the licenses. That's why they partner with us, so that we can be that expert resource for them, because trust me, you guys, MSPs are the busiest people I've ever met because they've got so much going on. The last thing I think most of you folks want to do is go take a insurance licensing certification exam. It's not a lot of fun. I took it, passed it on the first try, believe it or not. Sean, no, see, there are some brains up here. Passed it on the first try.
Was that on Slate?
No, was not on Slate.
I believe it was at the top of the mountain. There was a chisel and a hammer. And
yeah, exactly. The 10 Commandments, type thing. Yeah, I get the reference. I hear you, Sean. But no, Sarah, again, great question. MSPs do not have to be licensed because basically we serve as that resource. What we do and the way we partner with you is if you've got a client that is interested in cyber insurance, you refer them over to us and we'll work with the MSP any way they want to. If they want to be involved in every conversation and copied on every email, we'll absolutely do that. Most MSPs kind of say, hey, here's my client, XYZ company, meet John Doe. Let us know how things go. Let us know if you need anything from us. And at the end of the process, please let us know how things worked, if you've got a policy bound for them, different things like that. And incidentally, the MSPs can track all of this right through our partner portal. So they can see any customer that they referred over and where we are in the process with that particular customer.
Perfect.
So we have some more questions here. And Keith says, thank you for making Sean look smart and informed. Okay.
You're welcome, Keith.
So we have Richard asking, are we selling the policies? What is this? What kind of relation? And there's a similar question I saw down there. Is it a referral relationship? How is the relationship with the MSPs?
Yeah, it is a referral relationship. The MSPs are actually not selling the policies because, once again, by law, you have to be a licensed insurance agent to sell insurance policies. So again, I don't think many MSPs out there really want to go and take that exam. So we are licensed in all 50 states as well as most of Canada. When I say most, the exception up there is Quebec, because Quebec is Quebec. They like to make things a little bit difficult. And if there's any Canadians on here, I'm sure they'll agree with me on that. But so we are licensed in all 50. We're licensed up in Canada. You refer your clients to us. We help get the policy in place, and then we work with you. And look, guys, cyber insurance is driving cyber technology spend. So cybersecurity technology spend is very dependent on the requirements of cyber insurance, and we're really helping accelerate sales cycles, as well as sometimes we're reinvigorating some dormant sales cycles, because how many times have you tried to sell MFA to one of your clients and they're like, oh, I'm too small, I don't need that stuff, it's too expensive. We kind of come in there and say, guess what, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, you're virtually uninsurable without that. And there are a few carriers that might touch you, but your premiums are going to be exorbitant versus if you had this technology in place, because it works for the most part.
So
hopefully that helped answered.
Check out the other question. How do they make money? Because you mentioned referrals. Do they make money from you, or what happens there?
And I
Yeah,
will say
absolutely.
quickly, if you want to answer it later, because there's 30 seconds left on your spot. So
Yep.
do you want to answer it now or afterward?
No, I can answer it real quick. So the
right.
way MSPs can make money is we can pay a referral. It's a very nominal. It's governed by the states, $25 to $40 per referral. Most MSPs are not interested in that. What we can also do is send you fairly warm leads, as well as we have a pretty nice MDF program in place so that we can help you build your business.
Good job.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, Larry, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. We
Thanks,
will have
guys.
you back
We'll
on.
bring you back, so don't leave.
Yeah.
I remind you again, Larry. I know you forget things. Don't leave.
So, Sean, we have another guest, and this other guest also is a stream. I'll shut up this time so you can do the introduction, sir.
You sure?
I know you
Really?
love doing the introductions.
You know what? It's my favorite thing. So yeah. So actually, I think you're gonna love this one actually, because yes, we're talking about another stream, another crossing the stream. However, I think it's important to know that this, once you hear from this, I'm not gonna steal thunder. I almost want to so bad, but we're gonna just bring him right up right now. Josh Kindiger, I got it, from Grokstream, founder. He's like the everything guy from my last conversation. He does like every damn thing in the company. So, although he has employees too, so that's pretty admirable. So, anyway, Josh, what's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Hey, man. All right, so are we calling you the everything guy? I'm good with that.
Like everything bagel. Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call it? Cook, cleaner, chief bottle washer. I do it all.
Exactly.
That's the life of an
There you
entrepreneur.
go. There you go. All right, Josh. So tell us, same question. Tell us about yourself. How did you come to the space? How do you, how did Grokstream come about? Give us the background.
Yeah, sure. So you guys can tell from the gray in my beard, I've been around for a while, and like Sean, but basically I've been in this IT operations, kind of network operations space for 25 years now. My partner is my brother, and we've started and sold multiple companies, basically always trying to solve the same problem, right? So how do we drive efficiencies into managed service providers, communication service providers, even large enterprises, when it has to come with identifying issues that are breaking in their environment? So basically, we've been in the space for a long time. Our latest iteration here, the latest company is Grokstream, and our product is Grok. And we've been in the space for a long time.
Nice.
I gotta ask, how'd you come up with the name Grok? Like the closest I get is Gronk from
Gronkowski. Yeah, football player. Got you.
the football player, yes, obviously, but also the Emperor's the Disney movie with the llamas. Anyway, so how'd you come up with the Grok?
It's a great question. Unfortunately, I can't say that it was me. If it were me, I probably would have been closer to Gronk because I'm more of a sports guy. But for those of you that are science fiction kind of buffs out there, Grok actually came from a science fiction novel written years ago by a gentleman. It was called A Stranger in a Strange Land. And basically the word in the novel that he coined means to study something so thoroughly that you basically become part of that topic, right? So it basically applied to the problem that we're trying to solve at Grokstream. And the original founders of the company basically, came up with the word Grok, and that's how we named the product.
Very nice. I think this is a good bit of feedback because, Sean, you guys cover presentation, marketing materials, how they present to the outside world. This is something I've struggled with on my own websites across all of my companies, and I can still say I still fail at miserably. But the question at hand is, I just lost it. But he read the web, basically TLDR. He read the website. Go ahead, Sean. You like reading? There's no pictures.
It's fundamental. I spent like 15 minutes reading about the about section on the Grokstream website, and I'm still not sure exactly what it does. Like if it is a tool I buy, like a 10mm socket, what bolt does it turn? Very good question. So yes.
Or maybe you're just grokked about Sean.
No, stop it. No.
All right, go ahead, Josh.
It's hard, guys, in the AI space because it's such a broad general topic to really kind of describe. But the way I think about it, the best way to explain it to kind of the MSP community is we basically sit in their current operations environment. We integrate to any of the monitoring tools that are in place if you're using one or multiple RMMs or other monitoring tools, and also the incident management platform. And it's our goal to recognize patterns that are occurring live in those streams of monitoring data, and basically identify problems, and if possible, either prevent or the problem from occurring, and actually breaking, or ultimately, if it just breaks, recognizing it quickly and helping automate the resolution of that issue. So we're leveraging machine learning and AI to basically recognize patterns and identify and fix problems as quickly as possible.
Okay, that's good. So Dean says, so an AI SIEM tool or SIM tool that can possibly take action or alert me. Is that close?
So yeah, I mean, I think the one, so our primary focus is on the IT operations side. So today, basically, in these companies, you have either kind of what I would call a legacy NOC, Network Operations or IT Operations Center, and you have a SOC, which basically the SOC today is monitoring and managing the security infrastructure. And managed service providers oftentimes are providing both kind of IT and security services to their customers. So we primarily integrate with more on the IT side, so like an RMM that's monitoring all the infrastructure, other observability or monitoring tools. We have some managed service provider customers that are using us to collect security data, and we may integrate to a SIEM, but the primary focus and our initial push is around the IT side.
Excellent. Sean, there's a question from Sarah here. You want to get that one and I'll get Aaron's afterward?
Yep, that was actually, it's a valid question too. You know, the question, are you channel only or are you selling direct as well?
We are selling direct as well.
Okay.
Okay.
How does now? Let me just follow up with the next question. Somebody's going to ask.
Yeah, we're going to ask.
You know what's going to happen. You know it's going to come. So I'm just going to do it now. So how do you guarantee protection of my clients that I can keep them?
So our managed service providers, we kind of have sell to and sell through, right? So they're buying Grok both to deploy in their operations center to make their the monitoring, when they've outsourced those services, but they're also selling through to their customer base. And we have a very strong channel program where if a partner registers a deal, then they're protected. We're channel first. I didn't mention this before, but my background, we started off as a channel partner, as a reseller of software. And we understand the importance of protecting the channel, of building and growing through the channel. And, we have a strong program to make sure that happens. We protect those customers.
Awesome. See,
excellent.
When Sarah asked, how do you protect the money? I told you it was coming.
Yeah, there's the answer. It's always going to come up, man. So Aaron's asking, how are you protecting data in regards to AI? Just to extrapolate on this, on MSP Dispatch, we've covered a few times. Azure, as I understand it, is currently the only AI data lake that has data sovereignty rules and protections in place. OpenAI does not. Many of the others do not. And with the recent breach, with thousands of accounts on OpenAI's ChatGPT, it's a question that I've heard a lot. So we're feeding a lot of data into your platform. How is the data protected?
Great question. We really deploy in kind of three different models. So the first model, we still have customers that require us to be on premise. The second model is a single tenant SaaS solution, whereby if I have a large managed service provider and they want basically all of their customers in the same environment, we'll lock it down in a single tenant kind of environment. And then we also have a fully multi-tenant. We are deployed in Azure. They're our cloud partner. And we've architected the solution to basically ensure that any customer specific data is fully protected and only stored in an environment where it's totally secure. The models themselves only have access to data that is not customer sensitive, right? So a timestamp, type of alarm, those types of things.
Nice. Okay, so we have another question here. How do you integrate with those data sources that you mentioned?
Yeah, great question. So the front end of basically think of Grok as a machine learning pipeline that's built to solve a very specific problem, right? And the front end of that pipeline is our stream to stream. It's an ingestion engine that allows us, we've got out of the box integrations to many of the monitoring tools that are available in the market today. And basically it allows us to integrate to clean, shape, basically prepare the data to feed the model to give us the very, very best results. So we leverage that front end kind of STS stream to stream for the integration and shaping and cleaning of the data.
So there's always this question. This is right up there with channel only. What integrations do you have?
Yeah, that's a fun one, right? So the integration is the easy part. What I will say is that this market for us is new. Historically, we've sold into large service providers, large communication service providers, managed service providers, and large enterprise. The customers, if you were to do searches on Grok that have done press releases, are companies like NTTs, large global managed service providers. As our products matured, our goal now is to push the same capabilities that the largest companies in the world use down into kind of this mid-market, right? So the bulk of our integrations today are with basically the larger observability platforms that are out there. We're in the process now of building integrations into the RMM platforms, and we believe that we're going to be able to provide the same capabilities and same value to this market that we've been providing to those larger customers.
Nice. All right.
Pretty good.
I think so. I had on his VP of sales on with somebody else the other day, and we were talking about the difference between machine learning and AI, because I think that's one of the, to me, that's one of the, it's been Bigfoot for the last 15 years, and AI is everything now. So my only question really now is, how do you differentiate between machine learning and AI?
Yeah, it's tough, and you'll get a different answer from 100 different people if you ask the question. The way I think about it is, AI is a broad category, right? AI is basically any computer program that is built to simulate how the human brain works, right? And machine learning is a segment within that category. It's a use case. There are many others like natural language processing as well, but machine learning is very targeted. It's leveraging algorithms to solve a specific problem, right? So basically, they're hand in hand. AI is a broader category, and machine learning is part of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
John, do you feel you learned something today between AI and ML?
I learned that somehow Keith is the busiest guy in the space. That's what I learned today.
I don't think that's ever been contended. So with that, Josh, thanks. We are going to drop you down for a few minutes while we talk behind your back on the live stream, and then we'll bring you back up for the competition, the big competition for your PitchIT winner. And do not vote right now, but this is the link you're going to be going to. You're going to be going to go.something.
Go.mspmedia.tv/PitchIT 2023.
He feels so happy because his eyes are better than mine. That's basically what it is.
But you're wearing your glasses, for the love of God.
It's not any better. I know. So, all right. So how do you think these guys did? How do what's your feeling here?
You're talking about two unique industries that it's a huge uphill battle. Insurance is insurance. It's a difficult thing. It's who likes insurance people? Nobody, right? I mean, it's just it's a necessary evil. But and with the fact that it's cybersecurity insurance on top of that, which is like this Wild West industry, and now that was already happening. Then AI steps in. It's like, holy hell, what do we do with this? So I would say, all in all, they did really well as far as explaining the value add and the differentiators to a degree. I think I'm pretty sure everybody watching this is probably like, well, I have about 10,000 more questions.
We have so many questions here, and we're going to include the contact information. We'll get them after the 30-second elevator pitch. Try to get a few more questions in, because I have like 7 for Larry and like 4 more for Josh. So it's a little insane.
Insurance. I'm being lectured on there, so I'm fixing myself. Insurance. What's wrong with the word I'm saying, right?
I didn't say anything.
Dr. Zoidberg is saying, he's on there talking nonsense. He's sitting there talking about, I gotta sound this up the right way.
That's a Pittsburgh thing. That's a that's almost like the Boston, the Boston accent, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Whatever. Moving on. I'm happy with what they talked about. Other than Dr. Zoidberg, he's really just giving me a hard time about nothing. He's so not worldly and not cultured. But yes, I'm ready to hear him through the pitch.
Dun. You think they're ready for this?
Yeah, take down the comment from Zoidberg though, so they can actually see.
Let's see. All right, there we go. Is that better for you, sir?
So much better. Thank you. Just don't block their faces. I think they're ready. Let's go.
All right, let's do this. All right, so we're gonna bring Larry and Josh back on. Larry, you went first, so I'm going to give you. You're going to be the first one to go. So I hope you're ready. How do you feel about this? You guys have been working for weeks at specifically your pitch. How do you feel about this?
Feel pretty good.
Okay. Josh is like, I'm not gonna. Josh, like, I'm saving my breath for my 30 seconds.
All right. So Larry, the way this works You're going to be on the screen. You're going to be big. You're going to be bold. I know you got the personality to handle this. I know you're not scared of this. When that timer starts, you start. And when that timer's done, I'm taking you off. So don't, be good with your time, man. Or pull a Tim. Tim from Compliance Risk did the whole thing in 15 seconds. So, I don't recommend it, but he won. So good for him. All right. Yeah. With that said, it's all yours, sir.
Hey guys, thanks so much. Appreciate you being here. Nobody likes to go out and buy insurance. Nobody intends to go out and buy insurance, but you know what? It is a much needed thing, especially in our space. Cyber insurance is there to help you make your clients cyber resilient. You're already focused on pre-attack, but you got to fold in that post-attack. And that's where cyber insurance comes in and gives you that holistic approach to helping protect your clients. And on top of it, we help save you a lot of time so you don't have to deal with those cyber insurance applications. We can help.
Dang, that was
not bad. 2 seconds left. Look at that. Now, Larry, be honest with us. Was that based on you've been doing this for a really long time and you're used to this? Or was this because of Sean and PitchIT and all the education and training you've received?
It is a combination of both. I want to make sure that I give Sean some kudos, but I have been doing this a long time as well.
You don't have to give me any kudos there. You've been doing this for a long time.
I have. I've been doing it a long time.
You've been a student of your product and your value add. You've always done really well with it. So, I mean, we can lie. Yeah, Sean's awesome. The class has taught Larry everything. Great stuff. Good job. But
I want to remind people, don't vote yet, but the link is there. I'm going to put it in the chat also, so you have it. Josh, how do you think Larry did, man?
I think he did a great job.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that, man.
It's always nice to see that friendly competition.
Absolutely.
All right, Josh,
absolutely.
You know the deal, man. When the 30 seconds start, it's all yours. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining today. Basically, we live in a connected world, right? Whether we're at home or we're at work, everything that we interact with today is connected to the internet. And as consumers, we have zero tolerance for downtime, right? Our managed service providers, as a managed service provider, we're asked by our customers to ensure that their services work. Grok helps you get there. Grok is an AI platform that basically integrates to those tools and delivers that self-healing environment.
Nice.
Not bad. Also 2 seconds left. Not
nicely
bad
done.
at all.
Can we talk about the self-healing? I feel like it's like a baseball now, and I'm really interested. Just saying. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, this is your time, guys. If you want to talk about self-healing, it's not a bad idea to give that answer.
So where's Carlos when we need him?
Carlos went on the road trip with me. Larry, how do you think Josh did?
I think Josh did a fantastic job. He really laid it out what they do and how it benefits the MSP. So I think he did a great job, Josh.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Sean, you and I cannot vote on this stuff. We're trying to be fair. But how are you feeling they did just overall, not in competition?
So no, overall, the fact of the matter is you both were able to, in 30 seconds, identify your value as simple as possible. With 30 seconds, that's all you have, right? It was the why, which I'm so glad to hear, because the why is the hardest part to talk about for people. Most people want to get into nuts and bolts and features. So yeah, that would be a good idea. But it really comes down to you guys not talking about features and the value out of the why these things exist. And you both were able to do it. And like even with Larry, though, I always make the joke about the insurance piece, right? It is a difficult piece to talk about because growing up, you've had like a family member try to sell you insurance at some point or something, right? So you're already annoyed with that. And then cybersecurity is confusing. So at large, it's good that you can attach real life situation conversation into your pitch. I mean,
absolutely.
That's what people want to hear. Like, how's it affect me? How's it represent my story?
So I do have one question, because I do love to stir the pot a little bit. Josh, how you feeling about your chances? Do you think you won this?
I don't know. Larry's he did a great job. I think he's probably had a few more chances to practice.
So PC. I'm waiting for someone to be like, yeah, I got this. Come on. Larry, how do you feel, man? You think you got this in the bag? Or, I mean, you both finished at 2 seconds. So
Well, you never want to say you got something in the bag, but there is something. You got to be confident in what you're doing. And Josh is very confident in what he was doing, and I think I'm pretty confident in what I do. So I think we were very well pitched against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And with that said, I think maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to bring up the results. Let's go. And now I'm watching these live, right? And so I have the benefit of like real-time updates as they're coming in. And I'm looking at it, and it was 50-50 for like, it kept bouncing, like one in favor of the other one. See? And
Wow.
it was 50. It kept bouncing back to 50-50 for the longest time. That's also why I was stalling, because I was trying not to let it be 50-50. But yeah, congrats, Larry. You won, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Josh, nicely done, man. Seriously, nice job. Appreciate it, Sean. Appreciate it, Ray, very much. And everybody that was in the audience, thank you so much. Appreciate the votes. That's very nice to get those.
There you go. Very good. So, and I will tell you, 100% of PitchIT vendor contestants that have been on the show are eligible to win first place. That's the best I can do. That's the stat. So that's the best I can do. Larry, Josh, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you both. We're going to have their contact information in the show notes. We're right at time, so all those other questions we didn't get to, reach out to them. They're easily accessible, both of them. They're both on LinkedIn, both easy guys to get a hold of, and I'm sure they would love to talk to the MSP audience. Josh, start with you since you went second. Anything you guys got coming up in the next week or so?
Actually, no, just work. Lots of work. Lots of pushing new opportunities.
Nice. And what about you, Larry?
Yeah, next week going to be at ChannelCon out in Vegas. I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot of you out there, and you can come by and talk to me in person at the booth. Or I'm also doing a little 30-minute speech at Vegas on the state of cyber insurance and the future of cyber insurance as well.
Nice. Yeah, Sean and I will be there, so looking forward to it. Yep. Sean, what about you? What's next for yourself and PitchIT and all things ConnectWise?
So we have ChannelCon, obviously, like as you both mentioned. I actually am emceeing a panel on sales for vendor to partner sales and how to get them rolling with actually a pretty good cast of characters. It is on the 1st at like 4. I think I just got the invite, 4 or 5 p.m. on the 1st. So you guys should definitely check it out. It'll be on part of the agenda, of course. Also, of course, as always, I'll be doing other live streams with some of the PitchIT people through the ConnectWise channels that are going to be part of IT Nation Connect. And also,
I think we're doing some from there too, right? I believe.
Oh yeah. So, we have honestly, we have a lot going on. This has been a good year for this. Tons of information being shared.
I'm also speaking at ChannelCon. I don't. Chris Phillips just asked me to be on, and I think it's something after the sale. I couldn't tell you when. So look at the agenda and then go to somebody else's session.
So chances are I'll be on a session now too. Now I'll be on.
There you go. There you go. All right, Matt, can you bring up what do we have coming up for MMN? We have. We just went over the July 25th DataStream and Grokstream, Streamapalooza, as I like to call it. Tonight, 7 o'clock, we have Jason Slagle, myself, in Wins and Losses, episode 2, talking about our weight loss journey and the challenges we've encountered. On Friday, we have MSP Dispatch, on Thursday, we have MSP Dispatch Special Report, Mergers and Acquisitions from the Inside. Our own Dean from the chat, his experiences being inside an MSP that was acquired twice. And then July 27th, we're doing this one more time before ChannelCon. PitchIT Vendor Spotlight, DefenseX, and MSP Camp. And then on July 27th at night, 6:30 p.m., Tech Bar, episode 62, featuring the nicest guy in the channel, Mr. John Harden. So
he is freaking nice, isn't he?
Dude, we shot him in the neck with a Nerf gun on stage on a live Tech Bar. And I went back to the video. He smiled when he got hit and said, "Good shot." Like, I can't compete with that even anywhere close. But with that, everybody, that's the best way to say goodbye to you. We appreciate you. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves and each other.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Al.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.